very significant place. This is one of the actual cattle cars that were used to bring prisoners, Jewish prisoners, here to Auschwitz. You were in one of these cattle cars. Can you tell us about that experience, which was a pretty horrible one?
It is, because I was a relatively short period of time, 3 days and 3 nights. And of course, there are no place to sit. Not enough room for all the people that were in there, probably 100 people, not enough room.
In this little cattle car, one of these?
Yes.
100 people?
Not enough for everybody to sit. So some of the people had to stand and some sit, alternating. The other piece, of course, 3 days, you have bodily functions. There are no toilets here, there is no running water.
Were there any stops so you could relieve yourself?
Well, what we did is relieve ourselves inside. We had 2 buckets, one to relieve yourself and one for fresh water. And every so often we were allowed to, they would open up the door just enough not to break the seal, but be able to get rid of the refuse and maybe get some water.
And they're barking at you the whole time.
Constantly. There was constantly harassment, really. Yeah. Unfortunately, on the 18th of January, the still living, or existing, I should say, or breathing, about 60,000 prisoners are still alive. And we marched out on a death march.
So you were marched out?
Marched out.
In the middle of winter with barely any clothes and no food or water.
And wooden clogs. And for 3 days, and partially 3 nights, we marched under guard. Hundreds and thousands of people were shot on the way because they set the pace. Now the guards marched with us for 2 hours, and for 4 hours they would ride. We marched continuously. So people would stop, slow down, and the reason it's called a death march is because if you didn't continue marching at the pace they set, you were dead. And finally, after 3 days, we were put into open cars in the middle of the winter, and finally we arrived in a new place called Buchenwald. I'm put into a barracks with young people, 15, 16-year-olds. It is now April of 1945.
The war's winding down.
Exactly. And they begin the death marches again. Depending how long it lasts, I probably will not make it. Providence. As we're standing in front of the gate and the guards are ready to march us out, the siren goes off, there's an air raid, American airplanes, all day long, and I survive another day.
Folks, again, Irving is one of the stars of Kufai's new feature-length film, Never Again. He and co-star Qasim Hafiz, a former radical Muslim who was raised to hate Jews, take us inside their incredible life stories to the very places where it all unfolded. Here's more exclusive clips of Irving and Qasim from the new film, Never Again.
I'm carrying my friend's books, and she looks at me and she says, I don't want you to carry my books. In fact, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I say, why? Because you're a Jew. And my father told me, A, not to be friendly with a Jew. Socially, it's unacceptable. And B, you're evil. In fact, you as a Jew are responsible for every single thing that goes wrong in the world.
What terrifies me is the level of apathy among ordinary people. Good people who care about their communities, who care about causes that don't directly relate to them, who want the world to be a better place. There is such great apathy when it comes to the Jewish people. There's such great apathy when it comes to Jews being attacked. And I don't understand why. I'm not going to brand everybody as an anti-Semite. And I also think people just don't know. And that's something I can't remain silent about. I have to speak out because it's wrong.
Never Again is in theaters for an exclusive 2-night engagement this month, October 13th and October 15th, 2020. Purchase your tickets right now and find a theater near you that's showing Never Again by visiting www.neveragainthemovie.com. In the book of Isaiah, God Almighty says, I have posted watchmen on your walls, O Jerusalem. They will never hold their peace, day or night. You who call on the Lord, give yourselves no rest. As believers, let's answer that call. Thanks for joining us this week for a very special edition of The Watchman. Until next time, God bless you. And yes, never hold your peace.